Bagul Lehiron,
Present.
Commissioner David Ulibarri,
Here.
Commissioner Barbara Casey,
Here.
Commissioner Vince Howell,
Here.
Commissioner David Romero,
Here.
Commissioner Amber Davis.
Here.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilor Romero, would you give a moment of silence, please?
A moment of silence for those that have passed within the last week from our community. And also for those that are homeless and out in the cold during this cold time of the year. And for those that are sick in our community also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam Mayor, I move approval of the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Romero,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Howell,
Yes.
Commissioner Casey,
Yes.
Commissioner Ulibarri.
Yes.
A motion by Commissioner Casey, a second by Commissioner Howell. Thank you, Madam Chair. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of January the 16th, 19, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Casey.
I move approval of the minutes as presented.
As amended? Thank you very much. Do I have a
Second.
second? Roll call.
Commissioner Ulibarri,
Yes.
Commissioner Casey,
Yes.
Commissioner Romero, Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Howell.
Yes.
I have a motion by Commissioner Casey, a second by Commissioner Howell. Thank you, Madam Chair. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is public input. We do not have anybody signed up for public input at this time.
Okay.
The next item on the agenda is the presentation, our Housing Authority Finance Report by our financial specialist, Natasha Martinez-Padilla.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Commissioners. In front of you today, you have the Revenue and Expenditure Comparison Report for the month ending January 31st, 2019. Currently, this was for last month, 58% of the year has lapsed. As far as dwelling rent and operating subsidy, we are right on schedule. We're getting about 60% of what's coming in. Our operating subsidy that's being accrued, like I've said in the other meetings, we are accruing that. We are drawing down $59,000 every month, but the amount that's on here is actually what is in locks and what is designated for our housing authority. The dwelling rent is also what we've billed for this year. Good news is, as soon as HUD came back now in February, they did release our transfer money. So we got the transfers that you'll see next month coming through as far as that goes. But we didn't receive them until February. We did stay frugal through the month of January with the shutdown going on because, you know, we only had so much cash to rely on. So our employee expenses were at $377,061 and operating expenses of $288,404. We will start our capital projects, so be on the lookout for that this coming month. And also, the federal government signed a continuing resolution through December, so we're not looking forward to any shutdowns in the near future.
That was my question. Thank you very much. I appreciate that question.
Madam Mayor.
Commissioner Romero.
Was there a delay in the drawdown from January to February because of the shutdown?
Yes, there was.
Yeah, I believe that was discussed in a previous meeting, correct? Both you and I believe the finance director addressed that?
Yes, Commissioner Romero, to answer your question, and Madam Mayor, we did have a delay. We were not able to draw down the month of January at all.
Yeah.
So we weren't able to get any cash in as far as transfers and as far as the operating subsidy or capital fund.
And what I meant was like the February one now, is that one also going to be delayed because of?
No.
We'll get them.
So the way that's going to work is like I drew down December's because I draw down so December's we just received because they hadn't actually they went on to shut down before they got December's financials.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was able to draw down December's, and now I just sent them January's, so they'll release January subsidy as well. And then they released our transfers to us when they got the the bar that had gotten submitted for the increase of our transfers. So those are all, the money's coming in now. The money's flowing in as it's supposed to. We're just a little bit behind. But she's catching up, so it's like I draw some down, it takes her about a week or two to get it in, and then I can draw down the next amount after that's released, and then it takes another week or two to come in. So it's just kind of like a process, and it just keeps circulating.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. The next item on the agenda is the Housing Director's monthly report, reporting that housing maintenance staff prepared 6 units for move-in while continuing with work orders and groundkeeping within the month of January. They addressed 11 emergency work orders within the month of January, with all 11 being abated within 24 hours. Maintenance prioritizes emergency work orders again for heating and plumbing issues. Housing management, the waiting list manager continues to accept and process applications daily. There are currently 69, or at the end of January, there were 69 applicants on the waiting list. Housing managers continue with their lease enforcement, lease renewals, annual and special inspections, and other day-to-day operations. The housing staff does meet monthly, with law enforcement to discuss incidents in public housing and maintain that open communication. The Housing Authority is currently awaiting a court date for an eviction through magistrate court, and housing staff keeps residents informed still through the monthly newsletter. We are still offering the smoke-free cessation classes. We had one resident who, I'll let Natasha speak on that if you would like to.
I don't know, Amber, do you want to do your report, or do you want me to speak on it?
Oh, well, I can. I mean, we had one tenant that has gone 3 months, no smoking. So, and then we continue to hold the classes every month.
Excellent.
Doing good.
So, and he's
Slowly.
new,
Yeah.
so we're really, really proud.
It's a tough decision.
Awesome.
It's a big thing, big deal.
Yeah.
And they're actually really excited about it because they say, you have AA, you have NA, you have all of these other things, but, you know, the nicotine's such an addictive, not drug, but it's an addictive chemical. So they're so excited, they get excited that they have the support. So I have the 2 classes where we have them start off at our 1 o'clock class, and then we hold our 3 o'clock class, and it's like kind of a continued support. So they get to come in and tell us about their trials, their downfalls, their, you know, getting through, you know, peer pressure per se, getting through their addiction. So it's a nice thing to see.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all I have for my director's report. The next item is the commissioner's report.
Okay. No other questions?
I have one, but I don't know during my report, but I received a call from a tenant that there was an issue with the handgun on Sagebrush. And my question is, what happens with that tenant? I mean,
Well,
Was
before
any-
we answer, why don't we move on to the commissioner's report? This way you've got the floor, and we're...
Yes, we did already open up the
Okay,
commissioner's
go
report.
ahead. I didn't hear that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So what happens, I mean, there was concern with the neighbors and stuff as to,
Right.
what's...
Madam Chair, Commissioners, we are speaking with the chief at this time, and deputy chief, regarding the matter to...
Yeah, we're working with Deputy Chief Gallegos. He'd probably be able to have a better insight on this. Yes.
Councilman, Ms. Mayor,
Yeah.
we are investigating at this point, the video that was obtained that night, Friday evening, by the officer. It's not clear whether the item that was in the subject's hand is in fact a firearm. So with some enhancement capability from the original recording, I think if we can zoom in a little bit, we'll be able to tell whether it's a firearm or not. The threat was made, but to actually determine whether the evidence is strong enough to compel that the individual had a weapon in his hand, it still needs to go a little bit further.
Okay, so basically an investigation takes place, and then from there, depending on that outcome, then you guys would address that, or?
Yes.
Yes, we will have to. It was a threat upon one of our tenants by
Another resident.
another resident. So
we do have to take that into consideration. And yes, we are aware
that
that our
matters,
tenants,
okay.
yeah, that our tenants are fearful. But until we have resolution from them, we can't, we've gone to court before and they say we're not we're not experts in the field. So the PD actually has to be their expert. Their expertise has to come into play.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Counselor Howell.
Okay, thank you.
I don't
Madam
have
Mayor.
anything until,
Madam Commissioner. Just to tag along with that, what is the disciplinary action if found guilty?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, that would be considered a substantial violation, so that is a 3-day termination, which we would work with the city attorney on that.
3-day termination, in other words,
3-day
giving them 3
termination.
days to get out?
It has not been issued at this point because we are awaiting the investigation. But regardless, we do take it very seriously, the threat that was made. So we've already begun the process as far as discipline. And from there, it's going to depend on the report of the police.
I see. And-
We will be bringing the tenant in and asking for a civil standby when we do, being that there is the
Possible.
possibility of a weapon.
I see. Should the counselors should they have been informed through communication of some
Madam
sort?
Chair, Commissioners, that's not usually the protocol. We would be contacting you quite a bit. We have a lot of incidents that happen, some serious, some more serious, some less serious. This we do take very seriously, so we did contact the police immediately, and we're going from there. If it does get further, we will notify you if we need to. We, of course, go through the city attorney, make sure that we can release that.
Thank you. Since the government is open again, has the feds communicated to us in regards to our issue with the Housing Authority?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, we have not received a response. I believe the response will come to the city administration before it comes to us.
Okay, but we haven't heard any communication.
No, not that I'm aware of. Ms. Gallegos? No, nothing. Excuse me.
Thank you. Oh, also, did you get another person to be included in the advocacy program that you have, the Housing Authority?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, I'm sorry,
Resident
which-
advocacy
The resident advisory?
advisory, yes.
We are currently seeking people, and we are interested. We're going to be putting it in our newsletter this month for anybody who's interested. We've already obtained a list of some people that are interested. They will be coming to our meeting that we're going to be having for our annual plan.
Yes, for our annual plan and our rolling 5-year capital fund plan.
Okay. My last question is, how is your staffing for your personnel at Housing Authority?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, I'm not sure if you mean as far as workload or how we're staffing it. We have the same-
Personnel.
Fully staffed.
We are fully staffed right now.
We're fully staffed.
Minus a executive director, which,
Sure.
income still.
Okay.
We're working hard, trying to keep up with the vacancies right now because we are getting quite a bit of, and this is not through eviction, this is just different things. people
Vacancy
decide
in
to move
personnel
out.
or housing?
I'm sorry?
Vacancy in personnel or?
No, housing.
Housing, okay.
Residents.
All right.
Yeah, we have the same staff we've had quite
For a
a
long time.
while. I think we have a good staff, and it seems like everybody's doing well.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Davis.
no, I don't have anything. That's all I was going to report.
Commissioner Olivari. Commissioner Casey.
I have nothing to
Okay,
report.
thank you very much. Let's move on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next item is executive session.
Is there any need for executive session? Do I need a motion to adjourn?
Madam Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Howell,
Yes.
Commissioner Romero,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Casey,
Yes.
Commissioner Ulivari.
Yes.
I have a motion by Commissioner Casey, a second by Commissioner Ulivari. Thank you, Madam Chair. Motion carries.
Meeting adjourned.